Hello YouTube makeup lovers. So today I wanted to do a video for you on my go-to foundation concealer routine. So it's pretty much my go-to face routine. The last time I did this video was about a year ago when I first started on YouTube, and a lot of the products have changed. Some of them may have stayed the same, but I would say that the majority of the products have changed. I'm also going to give you alternative to the products I use, because sometimes I don't just have one favorite, I have two. For instance, in my foundation, I'm going to use my Urban Decay Naked Skin Foundation, but I also have a drugstore alternative that is my favorite, which I use all the time as well. So I'm going to make sure to mention all the alternative products that I also love. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will list all the products mentioned in the description box down below. So the first thing I'm going to apply is my Origins Vitazing. This has SPF 15. I apply this every morning. If I were to be going out at night and doing my makeup, I wouldn't apply this just because of the SPF, but I would apply my Ahava Time to Hydrate Essential Day Moisturizer. These are like my go-to lotions that I apply on my face, moisturizers, before I do my makeup. I take about this much of the Origins Vitazing and I apply it to all my face. This is like a magical cream because it starts off white and then it turns into such a nice little tint, but not like a tinted moisturizer. It's just like a nice little healthy glow. It's important that you wash your hands after you apply this, because then you will stain your clothes. Sometimes if I really don't want to apply any makeup on, I literally just put this on and I'm good to go. Next, as I let this set in, I usually do my eye makeup. I love to do my eye makeup before I do my face, just because if I have any fallout, it's not going to mix in with my concealer or with my foundation. So whether I do very light eyes or dramatic eyes, I pretty much 99% of the time always do my eye makeup before I do my face makeup. Next, I'm going to apply the Pore-fessional primer. This is from Benefit. I really like this primer. It's so nice and silky. I apply a little amount just like that. I kind of just dab it on the face and then I just blend it in. Next, I apply my current favorite foundation, which is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Foundation. This is the shade 4.0. I went a little bit darker with this one than I normally would be, just because I had bought it in the summer. I'm thinking of maybe getting a lighter color now that we're going into the fall, and I'm probably going to be whiter than I ever am because I'm always very pale. But this is a good color for me and I really like it. For my go-to drugstore foundation, I always use the L'Oreal True Match Lumi, and this one I have the shade N12 and I also have the shade N3. So this is my favorite foundation. I alternate between these two, either the Urban Decay or the True Match Lumi foundation. These are amazing foundations, but today I'm going to show you with my Urban Decay foundation. What I do is I put a little bit, one pump onto my hand, and then I dab it on my face. Sometimes what I'll do is that I'll just put the pump straight into the brush and then I'll dab it like this and then I'll blend it. That I do when I'm pretty much in a rush every morning before I go to work. And to blend in the foundation, this is my favorite brush to use. This is a Sigma angled Kabuki. This is the F84. First, I just rub it everywhere. Make sure that I have a nice even coat. Very important to get the neck area, and then I just blend. You can do circular motions or you can just do this, but this brush is amazing. Next, I apply eye cream, and I'm still using the Fresh Creme Ancienne eye cream. This has lasted me forever. It is a pricey eye cream. It's about $90, but it lasts a really long time. I have been using this for months, maybe even since the beginning of the year, and I still have a lot to go. So I am applying this on the under eyes, because now I'm going to go in with my concealer. Then I'm going to take this concealer brush like this and apply my Eve Pearl Salmon Concealer in the shade Tan. This is an amazing concealer. It's always the first step in my concealer process. This I have been using for years. This hasn't changed. This still is one of my favorite products. Next, I'm going to go over the Eve Pearl concealer with this Peau concealer. This is in the shade Beige. This is my go-to concealer. I love it so much. I think it is the best concealer in the market. I do go pretty far down with the concealer, kind of like a U or a V. Everybody says different things about it. Then to blend in the concealer, I'm going to go in with this Sigma Precision Angled Brush. This is the P84, and I like to pat this over my concealer. Then I like to go over it with my finger, just to make sure that it's all blended in nicely. Then I like to go in with this tapered brush like this, because since I do my eye makeup before, this allows me to get really close under the lower lash line, and it makes sure that I don't ruin the makeup that I've applied. But this lets me blend everything in nicely and get really, really close. For a less expensive alternative, I have also been loving this MAC Pro Longwear concealer for the under eyes. This is in the shade NW20. I have really been liking this one as well, but nothing compares to my Peau. I love it so much, but it's good to have another one that I really love as well. Next, I'm going to take this tapered brush like this, and I'm going to take this MAC Mineralize Skin Finish in the shade Light, and I'm going to use that to set the concealer under my eyes. I love the MAC Mineralize Skin Finish. This is not the one that I would use on my face because it's too light, but this is a good one to use under the eyes. Next, I'm going to go in with my MAC Studio Finish Concealer. This is in the shade NC20, and a concealer brush. And this is what I would use to cover any blemishes that I may have on my face. I also like to put it on the side of my nose for any redness. This I just blended in with my finger. For the face, I use a more yellow toned concealer. That's why I use the NC on my face. If I were to have used my Studio Finish concealer under the eyes, I would use an NW, which is a more pink tone. So here's the NC20 and here's the NW20. These are also really great to use under the eyes. I used the NW20 for a really long time under the eyes, and now I'm kind of trying out the Pro Longwear, which is also a more pink tone in the NW20. Now for the face, I'm going to set my entire face with my Revlon Nearly Naked powder. This is in the shade Light, and I'm going to use my large powder brush from Sigma. This is from the Mrs. Bunny. This is the F30. I'm going to use this to set the rest of my face. I think this is one of the best powders found at the drugstore. The Revlon Nearly Naked powder reminds me a lot of my MAC Mineralize Skin Finish Natural, which is actually my favorite powder for the face. So I alternate between the two. I'll either use the Revlon Nearly Naked or the MAC Mineralize Skin Finish Natural. In the MAC, I am the shade Medium for the face. Next, for bronzer, I'm going to use this larger tapered brush and my go-to bronzer, which is the Nars Laguna bronzer. And I apply this over here by my cheekbones, under my cheekbones. A little bit under the chin, forehead. And to emphasize the contour, I like to go in with the MAC Harmony blush and a MAC 109 brush. And I apply this right here just to emphasize the contour a little bit more. And for blush, my current favorite is the MAC Peony Petal. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful pink color. And I use the MAC Angled Contour Brush. And I apply this to the top of my cheekbones. And the last step is for highlight. And my favorite powders to highlight are the MAC Mineralize Skin Finishes. My two favorite ones are Lightscapade, which is this one, and Perfect Topping. I love these powders. Today I'm going to use Lightscapade and a MAC 165 angled brush. And I like to apply this the top of my cheekbones and the center of my nose. So that is pretty much it with my face routine. These are all the products that I love so much and that I could not live without. I really hope that this video helped you out and that you had a lot of fun watching it. And as always, thank you so much for watching Be Lounge Makeup. Bye!